It's very important that an emergency evacuation be conducted in as calm a manner as possible. Some people panic at the thought of fire, and panic-driven behavior must be avoided to ensure everyone's safety. Screaming employees running in every direction can cause injuries. If the company's fire evacuation plan is followed properly, employee injuries can easily be avoided. The company's evacuation plan should give you peace of mind, since it lets you know that the best possible routes for your escape and safety have been carefully thought out. In any workplace, evacuation routes from all points of the building to safety have not only been included in the fire safety plan, but were likely lined out in the building's construction plan to begin with. One of the most important things you can do to prepare for an evacuation is to know the layout of the facility and the location of emergency exits. You should know multiple escape routes for each area you frequent so that you know where to go and where to send guests during an evacuation, even if your first choice exit is blocked. As you go about your day, identify the exit doors closest to the places you spend time, like your workplace, the restrooms, the break room, or a supply room. It should be easy for you to identify designated exits, since they'll be clearly marked with exit signs. Some signs are lit from within to make them visible at all times, even in the dark. There should also be evacuation routes posted throughout the facility and outlined in the emergency action plan. If someone insists on going back, or if you must leave a person behind for any reason, get yourself to safety and then notify emergency responders of the situation immediately. Designated exit doors must always be unlocked from the inside and accessible. If you see any obstructions or other problems with exits or escape routes, immediately correct them or notify a supervisor. Once you have evacuated the building, you'll need to gather at the designated emergency assembly point so that everyone can be accounted for and given further instructions. It's your responsibility to know where your assembly point is and to communicate that information to others during an evacuation. Once you reach the assembly point, remain there and encourage others to remain there until given further instructions. Remain calm and orderly so that head counts can be taken, people can be assessed for injuries, and instructions can be given. Do not leave the premises until you've been given explicit permission from someone with the authority to give it, such as the evacuation coordinator. Panic-driven behavior can lead to injuries and slow down the evacuation. So do your best to remain calm and keep those around you calm. Do not try to use the elevator during an emergency unless you are directed to do so by emergency personnel. Power is often cut during an emergency, so you could become trapped, and working elevators need to be left open for emergency responders. Even if the evacuation plan only designates specific, trained individuals to provide assistance, all employees should know what to do if they come across someone who needs help and isn't receiving it. If you can't assist someone and must leave them behind, notify emergency responders of the situation as soon as you reach the assembly area. If you become trapped and are unable to leave the building, create an area of refuge. Seal the room as best you can by stuffing wet cloths into vents and cracks around doors. Stay low to the ground and cover your nose and mouth with a wet cloth and breathe through your nose. Signal for help by using a telephone or hanging something out the window. Be careful when opening windows, as it could add oxygen to the fire or suck in smoke and flames from outside. If you must break a window, be careful to protect yourself from broken glass.